you where it's at. NFL football right here on AM 1230.
I'm Bridget Condon with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. Saints running back Alvin Kamara met with Commissioner Roger Goodell in New York Wednesday regarding the February 2022 incident that occurred in Las Vegas, according to NFL Network insider Mike Garafolo. Kamara was initially charged with a conspiracy to commit battery and substantial bodily harm, but pleaded down to a misdemeanor charge of breach of peace. The 28-year-old was ordered to pay restitution to the victim involved and complete 30 hours of community service. Kamara is still subject to the NFL's personal conduct policy, which does not require a criminal conviction for a player to face suspension. Falcons owner Arthur Blank says he feels very strongly that Desmond Ridder will be their quarterback of the future and expects the team to win more games in 2023 than they have the last couple of years. And Rams wide receiver Cooper Kupp is expected to miss some time after suffering a hamstring injury in practice Tuesday. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
From local town councils to Capitol Hill, agents who are realtors are standing up for what's right. We're here protecting property rights, here advocating for the issues that affect our neighborhoods, here championing fair and equitable housing for all. Because we are realtors, bound by a code of ethics, driven to serve our communities. We're here for it all, here for you. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
We are the Imperial Valley's AM 1230 KXOL, Central California. Did I mention it's a Thursday? 3rd day of August, 2023. Yeah, August just flying by, right? Hopefully, yes, we'll make it through. Yeah, we can. And we'll go a little bit in depth with the weather for you coming up. And it's going to get hot again. Yeah, well, just the way it is. Let's see. How about we take care of our dad joke of the day? Okay. How much does a roof cost? How much does a roof cost? Nothing. It's on the house. Yeah. Okay. We've got some birthdays to celebrate today. We'll check up on what's going on around the world. We mentioned the NFL, our first NFL game of the year. We will have almost every single NFL primetime game. Yeah, you don't have to subscribe to any streaming service or, a strange package on for TV. We've got them all free on AM 1230 KXO. And speaking of the NFL and Nickelodeon will make Super Bowl history next year. Yes, the popular family and kids cable network will host the first ever alternate telecast of the Super Bowl. Yeah, it's the first alternate Super Bowl broadcast, since NBC broadcast Heidi back in 1966, remember? Yeah, that wasn't a Super Bowl, but, you get the idea. And, of course, if Nickelodeon is involved, there will be some slime. Whoopee. Okay. And other things that are happening, well, a report shows Portland is due for a major earthquake. Okay, you ever been to Portland? Beautiful city. My daughter Sarah lives just outside of Portland. Yes, when reached for comment, most everyone in Portland left the Strawberry Festival in their hybrids, sparked a joint, bought some macrobiotic peaches, then resumed angrily deflating the tires on an SUV. That's the way Portland rolls. But again, it's a beautiful city and some nice people. Okay, birthdays. Let's celebrate our big shot birthdays. Actor Martin Sheen is 83. He is Emilio Estevez and Charlie Sheen's dad. Okay. Singer Beverly Lee of the Shirelles, 82. Movie director John Landis, 73. Actor Joe Marie Payton, 73. Actor Jane North, he played Dennis the Menace on TV, he's 72. Actor Philip Kasnoff, 69. Actor John C. McGinley, 64. Bass player Lee Rocker of the Stray Cats, 62. Actor Lisa Ann Walter, 62. James Hetfield of Metallica, 60. Actor Isaiah Washington, 60. Other birthdays, actor Bridget Branagh, 51. Actor Michael Ailey is 50. Actor Evangeline Lilly is 44. Actor Mamie Gummer, 44. Actor Georgina Haig is 38. Okay, how about some local birthdays? Got them coming up. Humble Farmer Brewing on Imperial Avenue, across from Johnny's Burritos in Imperial. They open at 4 p.m. Tuesday through Sunday. Come on in, try out their locally brewed beer, a great selection of wines, and full food menu. Enjoy happy hour from 4 till 6. Fill up a growler to go. Delicious, refreshing, seasonal drafts on tap. Follow Humble Farmer Brewing on Facebook and Instagram for weekly events. They're kid-friendly, so you can bring the whole family. Humble Farmer Brewing, Imperial Avenue, across from Johnny's Burritos in Imperial. Happy birthday, Julie Fernandez, Stephen Garcia, Maria Silva, Cash Norwood, Terry Holiday, Rosie Garcia, Roberta Villalobos, Maria Coriel, Lydia Damara, Juanita Duane, Joan Carey, Irene Avila, Carmen Mojica, Mia Aguilera, Maria Salazar, Erica Martinez, Carmela Quintero, Lisa Nava, Angelo De Leon, Gloria Gastelum Guerrero, Maria Victoria Ibarra, Maria Avila, Susie Martinez, Virginia Camarillo, Chris Allen, Helen Wilson, Robbie Ochoa, Carla Corona, and Father Mark and twin brother John Edney. Happy birthday from KXO. Well, coming up, we will take a look at some world and California news, local news, sports, financial news. We'll go in depth with the weather, give you an idea of what's happening, why it's happening maybe, and take a look through the weekend for you so you have an idea. And looking back in history, in 1492, Christopher Columbus set sail aboard the Santa Maria. Yes, Columbus later wrote in his journal that the trip was pleasant, but the Lido deck did not have a properly stocked bar. Everybody's a critic. We've got news, world and California news headlines, brought to you this morning by your friend in the air conditioning business, Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal.
CBS News Brief. Former President Trump will not have his picture taken when he's processed ahead of today's court appearance in Washington, where he will answer to federal charges of election tampering. CBS's Major Garrett.
The president wants to come in person. That is his right. And most of the high-profile defendants who ever come into that courtroom have taken this private entrance. And because of the security concerns around a former president, I'm very confident that's the way it's going to go.
A Marvel star's arrived for the first day of his trial in New York.
You're an interesting man. Scott Lang.
His ex-girlfriend accuses Ant-Man's Jonathan Majors of domestic assault. More than a dozen people are injured in South Korea after a double-edged attack. Reporter Alex Jensen from Seoul.
An attack within the city's commuter belt has seen a man reportedly hurt 4 people when he drove a car onto a sidewalk before stabbing several more people at a department store.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer and get special pricing on cooling and heating tune-ups all year long. Call today to become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock VIPs receive discounted service and maintenance, discounted repairs, and priority service with prompt service. Lock Air Conditioning is your local York dealer, but they repair it all. So when the need arises, don't hesitate to call Lock Air Conditioning at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock, the only name in air conditioning for over 40 years. York, install with confidence. Contractor's license number 696216.
California headline news, a deadly plane crash in Van Nuys in the middle of the day Wednesday. The small plane crashing to the ground. Maybe little that first responders could do to save the two people inside.
Tragically, the occupants, which were two adult males, were determined dead. This was a very high-impact crash that erupted into flames.
Captain Eric Scott saying this was the third crash at the airport this year, the first fatal one in 20 years. Investigation into whether the man accused of kidnapping and holding a woman hostage in Oregon may have victims in other states, including California. Nagasi Zaberi lived in 10 other states, including 6 years in Oakland.
We are seeking the public's assistance to help us spread the word about this case in the hopes of reaching all of those people.
FBI Special Agent Stephanie Stark, Zaberi in federal custody. Actress Leah Remini is suing the Church of Scientology. She's a former member of the church and says she's been stalked, harassed, surveilled, threatened, and intimidated since leaving it 10 years ago. Jeff Scott, California News.
World and California News headlines brought to you by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. For repair, for replacement, call the experts. Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal.
If this were a Reese's TV ad, you'd be staring at a Reese's peanut butter cup. And sure, my voice is peanut buttery smooth, but still, you need to see the peanut butter cups, right? No? I can really just say Reese's and you'll go get some? Okay, Reese's. 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 Really working, actually. Reese's. Reese's. I'm on to something. Reese's. Reese's. Reese's.
Wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind, like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest. Uh-oh. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. To learn your risk, take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
And it's page one of the local news, page one of service of El Centro Motors, Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. You know, they have 3 locations in the Valley. At El Centro Motors, in the Brawley Auto Center, and at the Imperial Valley Mall. They also have a mobile service. They come to you. Well, it's going to get hot again. George Gale has more.
It goes into effect this Saturday. Temperatures during the heat wave are expected to top out at around 115 degrees. Residents are advised to be prepared and stay hydrated. Last week's heat wave was deadly. The county public health department says there were 51 heat-related illnesses. 7 of them were fatal. Mexicali was hit hard by the last heat wave. Health officials in Mexicali say there were 35 heat-related deaths attributed to the excessive temperatures in Mexicali. For Kxo Local News, I'm George Gale.
Don't know for sure whether it was the full moon the night before or just people being crazy, but the California Highway Patrol kept busy yesterday morning. 3 collisions in less than an hour. One on Dogwood Road near Keystone Road, and that resulted in a partial closure of Dogwood because of a utility pole being knocked down. Another vehicle collision at Interstate 8 and Grayswell Road. And shortly after, a pickup collided with a SUV on Keystone near Forester Road. Injuries reported in several of those collisions, nothing major. El Centro Police also kept busy with a slew of traffic accidents. And a reminder, you know, but just reminding, Zenos Road is closed from State Route 115 to Mellon Road. That would be the Holtville city limits. That closure in effect through, towards the end of September for roadway improvements. And it's about time. KXO News Time is 7:43.
How about the next time you need service on your car? We come to you. Hi, this is Mike Allison for Earl Central Motors and Quick Lane. Our mobile service vans are an extension of our dealership service lane. We will come to you for an oil change, filters, brakes, batteries, tire rotation, and so much more. Hey, while your car is just sitting there at work, we'll take care of your service needs, and it doesn't cost any extra. Schedule your appointment now at elcentralmotors.net. El Central Motors Mobile Service Vans. What a great idea.
Well, 19-year-old Anthony Hernandez is suspected in the murder of his girlfriend. George Gale has more on that story.
She was killed in June in El Centro. The defense requested a bail hearing recently. They wanted to lower Hernandez's $500,000 bail. Superior Court judge, however, heard the arguments, but decided to increase the bail to $1 million. Her decision, she said, was due to the suspect's prior criminal history involving firearms, ammunition, and aggressiveness. Hernandez is accused of shooting 18-year-old Emily Padilla with an AR-15 rifle, inflicting fatal injuries. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
Pioneers Museum will be closed to visitors during the month of August. The doors will be closed to visitors, but plenty of activity in the museum as staff and volunteers will be involved in deep cleaning collections, training for the next season of volunteers, and catching up on projects at the museum near Ayton and Highway 111. That's it for page one of the local news. Page one, a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. 3 locations to serve you. Quick Lane. They service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment.
This week, your local grocery outlet has amazing summer deals that you don't want to miss. Pick up a family pack of fresh, boneless, and skinless chicken breast fillets for only $1.99 a pound. That's a savings of up to 67% versus traditional grocery stores. Also, stock up on Prego pasta sauce this week. 45-ounce varieties are buy 2, get 1 free. That's just $2.66 each when you get 3. Offers only good through August 8th, so enjoy these savings while you can. Grocery Outlet Bargain Market.
And it's page 2 of the local news. We'll throw in some weather. It's all served by K Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial. Great Japanese food. They specialize in sushi rolls. 50 different varieties of sushi rolls, one for every state. But we mentioned a slew of accidents. Well, one of them caused some disruption on Interstate 8. An RV fire forced the closure of one lane of Interstate 8 yesterday. George has more.
The fire was reported at just after 8 Wednesday morning. California Highway Patrol says it occurred on Interstate 8 at West Side Road. CHP says it appears the rear axle caught fire on the RV. Driver was able to pull the vehicle onto the right shoulder of the interstate. All occupants reportedly were able to evacuate the vehicle. County Fire responded, and the number 2 lane of the interstate was closed to allow them to take care of the fire. No injuries were reported. Cause of the fire is under investigation. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
Well, the AAA Advisory Council meeting was canceled and now rescheduled. The Imperial County AAA, that's Area Agency on Aging, Advisory Council meeting for August was canceled. It had been set for August 17th. That next meeting is set for September 21st. The meeting at the Imperial County Department of Social Services. You can contact the Area Agency on Aging for more information. And alert, alert, alert. Another scam alert. Southern California Gas has issued a scam alert. Here's George.
Scammers are reportedly calling their customers and demanding payment. Scammers demand credit card and other billing information. Southern California Gas says they would never do that. They will never ask for credit card information over the phone, nor would they discuss billing information. The gas company says they would never demand immediate payment of your utility bill, and they would never threaten the immediate closure of your account. The imposters are using text, emails, and phone calls to scam the customers. If you are targeted by a scammer, contact the SoCal Gas representative at 1-800-427-2700. Never give out personal information. Over the phone, for KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
And KXO News Time is 7:48. Weather coming up.
Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial is serving the best Japanese cuisine in the Imperial Valley. The menu is full of outstanding entrees. Yes, there's something for everyone at Kxo Sushi, including for the kids. Kxo Sushi offers you 50 different sushi rolls. They're named after our 50 states. And there's fresh sushi and sashimi, plus beer, wine, and sake. And oh, I forgot to mention, they also have teriyaki chicken or beef, rice and noodles. Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial. They're open daily from 11 a.m. till 9 p.m. Kxo Sushi also caters and welcomes big groups anytime. Call 760-355-4440. That's 355-4440 for your takeout.
The National Weather Service says dry and tranquil conditions are slated for the next several days. Temperatures will gradually increase to finish off the week, with daytime highs peaking near record levels by this weekend. This is expected to push heat risk levels into the major category. As a result, an excessive heat warning has been posted starting Friday. Our high yesterday, 110, the overnight low, 81. An excessive heat warning in effect through the weekend. Today will be sunny and hot with a high near 110. West winds 10 to 15 miles an hour, gusting as high as 25 miles an hour. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 78. West wind 15 to 20 miles an hour with gusts as high as 30 miles an hour. Those winds become south-southwest after midnight. Sunny and hot on Friday with a high near 110. North-northwest wind 5 to 10 miles an hour. Sunny and hot on Saturday with a high near 113. South-southwest wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming east-southeast later in the morning. Sunday will be sunny and hot with a high near 113. Southeast wind about 10 miles an hour. Right now downtown, 90 degrees, 15% relative humidity, wind out of the southwest, 5 to 7 miles an hour. Local news, page 2, and the weather, all served by Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial. Check out the daily lunch specials, the dinner menu featuring 16 different entrees. Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill. You'll find them just off Highway 86 in Imperial.
What if the music stopped? If the familiar voices were silenced? If there were no breaking news updates? What if your companion and connection to your community came with a monthly fee? Don't worry, we're free local radio with you wherever you go, celebrating 100 years and looking forward to the next 100. We are broadcasters. Text radio to 52886 and let Congress know you depend on your local TV and radio stations. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
And it's sports time. Sports time brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, an affiliate of the Scripps Health Network, working together to provide you the best care. Major League Baseball, the Padres powered up. They found their bats. Yeah, Gary Sanchez hit 2 home runs. Juan Soto 1. And Kim with another one. So it was 11-1 when it was all over. The Padres rolled over the Rockies. Braves beat up on the Angels 12-5. Tigers topped the Pirates 6-3. Nationals nipped the Brewers 3-2. Astros edged the Guardians 3-2. Mariners topped the Red Sox 6-3. Marlins went 12 innings before they slipped by the Phillies 9-8. Yankees, they ripped the Rays 7-2. Blue Jays beat the Orioles 4-1. Cardinals clobbered the Twins 7-3. Rangers, they found bats as well. They beat the White Sox 11-1. Cubs pounded the Reds 16-6. It was the Royals shutting out the Mets 4-0. So the Mets still have players left. The Giants over the Diamondbacks 4-2, and the Dodgers with Mookie Betts. hitting his 29th home run, and Freddie Freeman going 3 for 4. The Dodgers routed the A's 10-1. And Eduardo Rodriguez pitched the Tigers to a 6-3 victory yesterday. Then he said why he opted to remain with Detroit and turned down the trade to the Dodgers. According to Rodriguez, he says his family's happy in Detroit and he wants to stay there.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all of your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations in Calexico and Raleigh, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all Pioneer services, visit www.pmhd.org today.
A U.S. women's national team captain Lindsey Horan pushed back against negative comments from retired former teammate and pundit Carly Lloyd, saying such criticism of the team's mentality hurts and is frustrating, but it's just noise. Lloyd stirred controversy by criticizing her former team after a 0-0 draw against Portugal. Hey, Lloyd is being paid big bucks to say things like that. Just roll with it. And by the way, Tom Brady, there is life after football and supermodels. Tom Brady has become a minority owner of Birmingham City in soccer. And with Big Ten's exploration of potential expansion, which the league generally acknowledged yesterday, that underscores the fragility of the overall collegiate landscape. And what's going to happen to the Pac-12 in the wake of a Yahoo Sports report yesterday that the Big Ten has begun exploratory discussions about potential additions. The Big Ten said in a statement, it's also commissioner's job to keep conference chancellors and presidents informed about new developments as they occur. Well, there are 9 schools in the Pac-10, or 11 or 9 or 12, whatever they are. And what's going to happen? And why would San Diego State want to join a conference that is going away? That's it for Sports Time. Don't forget, NFL football, primetime football, 4:30 this afternoon, the Hall of Fame game, the Jets and the Browns on AM 1230 KXO. Sports Time brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers.
My name is Josephine Conway, and I'm an Imperial Valley Food Bank board member. Food has the power to fuel communities, especially among those struggling to find their next meal. As the main distribution center of donated food in Imperial County, we store, rescue, and purchase food in bulk to serve 25,000 people each month at over 30 locations. Join the fight against hunger and food insecurity in the Imperial Valley by donating online today at www.ivfoodbank.org.
And let's take a look at financial news and a brief look at the weather, all brought to you by Southwest Security, a locally owned company protecting you and your property. Southwest Security also offering live scan fingerprinting to the public. In a lawsuit filed yesterday, a Louisiana woman is claiming she has suffered severe injuries due to her use of Ozempic and Mounjaro, which were prescribed by her doctor. The 2 injectable medications developed to manage diabetes have gained popularity for weight loss. Attorneys for Jacqueline Borkland claim that the 44-year-old woman used Ozempic for more than a year until about July of 2023 and then began using Mounjaro. She's suing the makers of both drugs for failing to warn of the risk of severe gastrointestinal events that could be caused by taking those medications. And the world's largest brewer is counting the cost of being swept into a controversy over Bud Light in the U.S. AB InBev said today that U.S. revenue fell 10% in the second quarter as sales of its top brands slumped. Sales to U.S. retailers declined by 14%, underperforming the wider beer industry, primarily due to the decline in the volume of Bud Light. Revenue fell $395 million in North America during the period compared to the same time just a year ago. That figure included sales in Canada. They drink something other than Moosehead or Molson. Anyway, in Canada, revenue rose, suggesting the slump was isolated to the U.S. and that the losses on Bud Light may have been even greater. Big board showing red right now. The Dow off 139 points. S&P 500 down 21. And the NASDAQ off 43 points. Gold down $2.80 an ounce, and oil up $1.15 a barrel.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. 2 years ago, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. So if you're tired of dealing with the inconvenience of our post office hours and you would like to be able to get your mail when you want, Saturdays, Sundays, holidays, in the middle of the night, then come visit us at Southwest Postal with 24-hour staff. Plus, we're also your local FedEx, DHL, and Postal Service Center. We even offer text message and email notification when you receive your mail. Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
It will be sunny and hot today with a high near 110, west wind 10 to 15 miles an hour, gusting up to 25 miles an hour at times. Mostly clear tonight with a low around 78, west wind 15 to 20 miles an hour, gusting up to 30 miles an hour. Those winds become south-southwest after midnight. Sunny and hot on Friday with a high near 110, north-northwest wind 5 to 10 miles an hour. Saturday, sunny and hot with a high near 113, south-southwest wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming east-southeast. And Sunday, sunny and hot with a high near 113, southeast wind about 10 miles an hour. 91 degrees, 14% relative humidity. Right now, the wind is calm. Financial news and the weather brought to you by Southwest Security Services. They offer 24-hour-a-day post office boxes at Southwest Postal. You'll find them at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
Together,
we stand up to cancer. On Saturday, August 19th, join Stand Up to Cancer.
So just stand up with us.
Tune in Saturday, August 19th at 8, 7 Central on ABC, CBS, Fox, and NBC. For more ways to watch, visit standuptocancer.org.
The best oldies on the radio. KXO, El Centro, the Imperial Source.
This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Steve Kathan. Just hours before his Washington arraignment on charges in the federal election case, former President Trump on social media blasts what he calls the unprecedented weaponization of the justice system. CBS's Scott McFarland.
This historic proceeding is going to be largely invisible to America. The U.S. Secret Service will escort the former president to this courthouse. They'll bring him to an underground garage that is out of public view, not accessible to photographers. Then he goes inside this hulking 6th-floor courthouse where cameras are prohibited. Then he exits back out, and he has the capacity when he leaves here to hold his own event somewhere else and control the optics and control the visuals.
In Pittsburgh, a judge is due to impose the death sentence a jury recommended for the synagogue gunman who shot and killed 11 people in 2018. Relatives of the dead are speaking out.
I feel relief. And the jury sat through months of horror and delivered justice to my mom and everyone that was killed and everyone injured.
Investigators are looking into whether the suspect in a bizarre kidnapping is linked to other victims in other states. Police Captain Rob Reynolds says the 29-year-old man posed as a cop in Seattle and took a woman to his home in Klamath Falls, Oregon, where he had a cinder block chamber.
There was a makeshift cell, if you will, and he had actually locked her in there for a couple hours at least until she realized that she needed to get out of that residence because her life was in danger.
She escaped with bloody hands. Major firefight going on in California's Mojave National Preserve. Park Superintendent Mark Gauthier.
There's been about roughly 80 to 90,000 acres of Mojave National Preserve burnt during this fire, and it is the largest fire that this preserve has ever seen, at least in the recorded history of the last couple hundred years.
Well, correspondent Jim Crisula has the story of a young driver's run-in with the law and the unusual way it was handled.
The Orange County, Florida Sheriff's Office posted a video to its social media page.
How old are you? You're 16.
Showing a deputy pulling over a teen found speeding on Interstate 4 in Orlando.
Call your father. I need him here now.
The deputy had the teen call his father.
I just clocked your son at 132 miles an hour. 132 miles an hour.
The 16-year-old was issued a citation in order to appear in court. He would have been arrested and charged with reckless driving if he was at least 18 years old.
Hyundai and Kia are telling the owners of 92,000 vehicles to park them outside because an oil pump can overheat and cause fires. 8 different late models are involved. The Dow is down 130. This is CBS News.
Hire with minimal effort and max speed with Indeed. Their hiring solution platform helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates efficiently. Visit Indeed.com.
Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up spills quicker. And each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less than the leading ordinary brand. So you can get back to your night. Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
Lowe's knows how to save pros time and money. Right now, get 10% off all kitchen cabinet orders of $1,000 or more. Plus, MVP's Pro Rewards members earn double the bonus points on select stock cabinets through August 4th. Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Must ask cashier to apply discount barcode at time of purchase. Discount on cabinet purchase only. Coupon cannot be used with any other discount. Valid 7/27 through 8/9. Bonus points calculated before taxes and fees after applicable discounts, if any.
Some big names are putting their money to work as the actors' strike drags on.
I'm trying to tell you the truth about myself.
I don't care about the truth about yourself.
George Clooney and Meryl Streep have teamed up again, this time off-screen. The New York Times says they lead donations to the SAG-AFTRA Foundation for striking actors after kicking in $1 million apiece. And it's prompted other Hollywood stars to do the same. Matt Damon, Leonardo DiCaprio, Hugh Jackman, Dwayne Johnson, and Julia Roberts have all donated for a grand total of more than $15 million. It'll help support workaday performers who've been struggling to make ends meet. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
China's internet watchdog has come out with new regulations to curb the amount of time children spend on their smartphones there. Minors will not be allowed to use the internet on mobile devices after 10 p.m. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
And now, more of the best oldies on the radio with Carroll Buckley.
Classic case of neurotic narcissism and a first-class smarty pants.
AM 1230 KXO.